Fonenya papa. Onso so ani brisika. Ama sikanti. Obi kodde afiase. Enam unti. Enti condemn because be condemn prophet. Prophet subetimi condemn as a Bible teacher. How many times and one after prophets about nchen na watu omofo say we ye nchen amamonya de sa we nye mamonya de say we nye mamonya de say wa wunim de a wo fro ho agya adentina adifo a wo feel say wunim chen wo mo ontwe omo mmeo na omo hu na de ye ne de enye odo omo nim de ye ne de enye but obetimi akochi wo mo because player no ni ball but still here coach me menjini pabi ani apart from Christ obi anya holy apart from Christ enye tokens and symbols Old Testament in this end time.
So in this end time, it is not all tokens and symbols you can do in this end time.
You can do it.
However, there are some of them that you can do. Now let me teach you something, and then I will continue, God willing, next week. Said I did not come to destroy the law, and I did not come to destroy the prophets.
You are doing something that Christ unpaid.
It means that if there is anybody that is speaking against the acts of the prophets, you are doing something Christ doesn't like.
And me appreciate Dag-heward Mills.
And so I appreciate Bishop Dag-heward Mills.
On lifted prophetic ministry,
wherever he goes to, he exalts the prophetic ministry.
Also for Nana say Sarkodie. Also me appreciate him.
And I appreciate Prophet Annab Sarkodie so much.
Rev.Eastwood Annab.
And again, Rev.Eastwood Annab.
And my spiritual father, Reverend Victor say.
And my spiritual father,
and a prophet,
Reverend Victor say.
Bishop Dr. Kwampuku.
And Prophet Bishop Dr. Kwame Poku.
Finally, me appreciate the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan.
Now finally, I appreciate the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams.
Appreciate prophets
because they appreciate prophets.
Lift prophets.
They lift prophets up. They exalt the prophetic. In listen to this. Jesus said,
real spirit of Yeshua HaMashiach, you will never condemn prophets.
Now, the scripture said that
no,
anyone that has the spirit of Yeshua HaMashiach will not condemn a prophet. Anyone in whom the spirit of God dwells, you don't speak against prophets. They don't tell me about their character.
Now, teachers be Bible teachers be so much.
Now, do you know the character of some Bible teachers?
Pastors be
or the character of some pastors,
evangelists
or the character of some evangelists,
apostles be
or the character of some apostles.
Character.
So my brothers and sisters, it's not about character.
Because a character there, no one is perfect.
Because if we had to do a character, then no one is perfect.
Sir, Uber to me. Now, if
you could please God with your holy and righteous character or behavior, then the death of Jesus is not useful. Now, it does not also mean that deliberately, intentionally, you should go out there and sin.
John the apostle,
that's why John the apostle said, he said, little children, including you and I. At the time John was speaking, he was old. So he had so much experience. He had experience
ups and downs
in life, the ups and downs
good
of
side
life,
and bad side,
the good side and the bad side.
The good side and his bad side,
his good side and his bad side.
He
said, little children, do not sin. I thought that he would have put a full stop at the end of that statement. Now, if it were a certain man of God, the man of God would have said, little children, do not sin. Now, and he will tell you that if you sin, the curses of God will come upon you. This consequence or that consequence will come upon you if you sin. You know, I am not exalting sin before you.
As a matter of fact,
but I've walked with God for some number of years, and I've come to know that men are men. I have been with so many men of God for so many years, and I've come to know that men are men. I have been with so many great men of God, and I've come to know that men are men. And I've been with some righteous people before, and I know that men are just human. I have read the stories and laws of Moses in the Bible, and I got to know that Moses was human. And even people around Moses could not understand him. And some people even condemned Moses, including his own brother and sister, Aaron and Miriam, concerning a certain woman. And God got angry. God got upset and angry about Abraham. I've studied the life of Abraham.
I'm talking about the
father of our faith,
the friend of God,
the friend of God.
My brother,
he was human. Let me end it here. He was human.
Papa,
even Elijah was human. Noah was human. Now, if we listen to what Paul said, I said, those who will do such and such things will not see the glory of God. I'm telling you, that I want to say to you that Paul himself will not have even seen the glory of God. Should I give you a sign?
Paul but
now, Paul, when he was speaking and talking about these acts of the works and acts and fruits of the flesh which are manifest, he talked about anger, confusion, division, and all that. When Paul's own son offended him, he got angry and he rebuked him and cursed him. You know, I've been with God for some number of years.
Other side and other side.
Now, I have heard stories of the life of many great men of God that God used, their good side and their other side. I am a prophet of God.
So you too holy. Now from Nyaminipa, let me the many years you so. Membompaye. I'm a radium who subi no baby, but I'm in family tuja. And nunti, my conclusion in say, me minjini pabieni apart from Christ. Opia holy apart from Christ, the anointed one. Now, this is my conclusion.
Now, as a prophet of God, if I see a man of God that confesses or says about himself that he's too holy or too righteous, sometimes I can pray to God about that man of God, and God will reveal to me certain things certain skeletons in the cupboard of that man of God. Now, my conclusion of the matter is that I don't trust any man as far as holiness is concerned all the person I trust is God. Yes, Jesus Christ. He's the only person I trust. So don't let anyone condemn you. I always say this, that those that condemn you, why don't they condemn themselves first? Your
this is my problem.
And mistakes are evident before them, but they don't see their own faults and mistakes. You must take the log off your eyes before you see the speck in someone else's eye. Now,
because condemn prophet as a Bible teacher.
Now, some people condemn prophets and talk about their character. You may say that about prophets, but let's say you love money. You have undue love for money, and because of the love you have for money, you have caused problems for others, and some have been incarcerated.
How many times? And we have prophets about when chain. Now what you almost for? Say we in Tia Mamonyanisa, we Mamonyanisi, we Mamonyanisi. What we name day? Our from Waja Argentina, a D4. I will feel so we name chair warm. Won't you man? No more moon are dear, Yanni the Enya, or the woman in the Yanni the Enya. But you bet me a coach warm because player no in Bob or Bastille here coach.
Now, how many times have you invited prophets, sat them down and taught them, this is wrong, don't do it, this is the way you ought to do it, don't do such and such, rather do it in this manner, because you are knowledgeable and you are a father, so why don't you teach them what to do and what not to do?
Finally, a deal for almost tokens and symbols account.
Now, the prophetic ministry includes the use of tokens and symbols.
And no dear yes. Now, Jesus did not come. Jesus did not come to stop tokens and symbols, because it's a daily thing. Worship and praises.
Now, it's a daily thing. God